Well then, welcome back to grade 10 of March 2016. We are going to look at our question paper. So we are going to look at all questions on this question paper, that is question 1 to question 4. So I said shows the number of choose of which you got boys, you are given for B in figures that we are given in the question. So we are going to begin by calculating our A, whereby we are saying our A is going to be the total for grade 10, which that we have for grade 10, which is like 101 is the total. So basically, that's how we are going to present it. We are saying 1. So we are saying 19, and if we it, so basically that becomes our answer. We are calculating, we are saying if it's for the formula. So this would be, we are saying this is, remember, this is the calculation of B. So for B, we are going to say B plus 95 plus 186. And then you take negative 95. 186 minus 95, and if you calculate it correctly there, you see that the answer that we are going to get there becomes the answer for B. So this becomes our figure for B. So moving on to the next part, C, for grade 12, and then you get the total. So basically, that's how we are going to present it. So whereby we are seeing 75 plus 80, you're going to get to 155. So we are saying, and this becomes your answer. So we try to go to the next part of our question, whereby our question 1.1.2 says, in which grade are there more boys than girls? So obviously, we're going to compare boys and girls to see which grade is having more boys than girls. We start with grade 8, whereby we've got 95 boys, 102 girls. So obviously, girls are more than boys, which is this one is not correct. Then we move on to the next part, whereby we are saying grade 9, we have got 120 boys. We also have 118 are girls. So you see that we have got more boys than girls. So we are saying in this more than girls, we go to we got it as 91, boys more than girls. So we are saying 1.1.2 grade 9. So basically that's how we're going to present it with it. So to simplify it, 75 and 80 without leaving any remainder. So if we do that, you see that we can start by trying our 5. We can whereby you divide again by 5. 5, we're going to get your 66. So there is without leaving any remainder. So we can just leave it in this form, 15s to 16. So basically that's what we have for that part. I will move on to the next part, whereby we are saying we are now moving on to 1.2, whereby we're saying Miss Dube, I would like to take 38 learners on an excursion to visit at the museum. She decides to hire minibus taxis to transport the learners. The cost of hiring the taxi is 320 rands per taxi for a return trip. The taxi can seat a maximum of 60 learners. The department regulation says that the teacher to learner ratio for an excursion is 1:30. Not the teachers will travel with their own vehicle or the teacher will travel for free. So this is the information that we're given. So I believe that we have got the questions whereby we've got 1.2.1, which is determine the total number of taxis she would hire. So we need the total number of taxis, but given the information that we are given, you each tax carrying 38, or we are saying 38 divided by 16, we can now be able to see the number of taxis needed. By we are divide there, you'll see that 75 that are needed tax indicates that we 16. So we also need a text for that extra. So basically, this fraction represents 1. So we are saying so 1 that is needed. We've got 3, which means the third text, which is this one, won't be full. So if you need to just to try to find out how many letters will be there, you just say 0.375 and then you multiply by 16, and then you get the number of letters that will be there. But obviously they need one text. So we try to move on to the next part of our question, which is now going to be 1.2.2. Calculate how much each learner would pay to cover the full cost of the taxis. So we are going to try to find out the total that is needed, the total cost needed. So if you go there, you will see that the cost of hiring the tax is 320 per tax. So very know that according to our calculations, then you get the total. So basically we are saying total cost, the total by to get the total for the 3 taxes. So getting our 160 now, we can now be able to find the cost learners that are there. So our cost per learner is going to be by the answer that we are supposed to get to 2 decimal places and big cells. So basically, that's what we have on 1.2.2. Then move on to the next part of our question, which is going to be 1.2.3, whereby saying state how many teachers would go on the trip. So we also how many teachers can be needed. So given the information that we have to 30 learners. So one teacher has to 30 learners, and we have 38 learners. So obviously, what we are going to do is to try the ratio that we have. So we're going to say 38 are divided by 30, then we get per teacher. Remember, 30 learners represent one teacher, so you have 2 by 30. So obviously, try to calculate there and see what do we get. So let's try to calculate there. So, but obviously, if you calculate there, you'd see that we are also going to have a remainder, whereby if you say 38 are divided by 30, you're going to get your answer is 1.26. So basically, we are saying one teacher, 6 teacher. So obviously, in this case now, we are saying that this is 0.2 representation of a teacher. So and another teachers. So this becomes your answer on 1.2.3. So this is what we have on the first part of our question paper. That is question 1. And obviously, question 1 is 18 marks. Something. Obviously, we now need to move to our question. So our question 2 reads: Kaba is a single mother with 3 children. She received a 12,600 rands bonus from the company. Miss Kaba would like to share a bonus with the children in the ratio. Miss Kaba share is to total children's share, which is equal to 2:1. And then first question, 2.1.1, reads show that Miss Kaba will give your children a total of 4,200 rands. So basically, we are saying the children's share, remember, according to the ratio, we are giving it here, whereby we are saying this is Mrs. Kaba's represented by 1. So we need the share that is represented by the children, which is being represented by 1. So basically, we are saying this is going to be our 2.1.1, whereby we are saying our denominator is going to be 2 plus 1. It's going to be our denominator, and then, which is 1. So we have our 1 over 3. So the total that we need to calculate with is the total that's 600. So we're going to multiply by multiply there. If you say 3 into 12,600, you are going to get your 4,000. So as I said, is saying show that Ms. Kaba will give your children a total of 4,200, which we have shown. So it means that question is done as we have shown here. So from there, we can move on to the next part of our question, which is going to be 2.1.2. Calculate the total amount Ms. Kaba will give your children as a percentage of the amount she received. So basically, I think 4,200 rands over 4,600 for the total for bonus, then you multiply by 100 over 1. So we are saying, our is going to be 4,000. Maybe we can just try to, then we divide. And if we do that, then we multiply by 100 over 1 so that we convert it to be a percentage. So if you try to multiply it there, the answer that you are supposed to get. So let's just try to see that you are getting percent. So basically, this becomes your final answer. So this is the proportion in terms of the representation in percentages. So we're going to have about 33.3%. So you should not forget to multiply by 100 over 1 so that we can convert it to a percentage. So we go to the next part of our question, which is now saying, determine the amount of money each of your children will get. So obviously, we are saying 4,200 is for children, and we have got the number of children that we have. We are seeing that there are 3 children that are there. So we are going to divide 4,200 and divide it by 3. So we come here. We go to the next part of our question, whereby we are saying 4,000 divided by 3, and the answer that we are supposed to get becomes 1,400. Each child is share, so we can maybe try to represent it here by saying each child. So basically, it's each child's share. So basically, you've got 1 now, your final answer that we have. And we move on to the next part of our question. Obviously, this is going to be 2.2. So on 2.2, it reads, a lady with Kaba, one of Miss Kaba's daughters, decided to buy a cell phone. she checked on price check for price of a Samsung Galaxy JI. The price ranged from 1,459 rands to 2,220 rands. Table 2 lists some of the features of the cell phone. So we have got this table 2, list of features and pictures of a cell phone. So this is the information that you are given. Then I believe that now we've got our first question, which is saying calculate the percentage savings a little way to make if you purchase the cell phone at the maximum, at the minimum price. Use the following formula, whereby the formula that you are given reads percentage savings equals to maximum price minus minimum price divided by maximum price times 100%. And our question is got 3 marks. So basically, that's how we are going to calculate it, given the formula that we have there. Let's take note of the formula over maximum price times 100%. So basically, whereby we are saying a percentage savings on price, right? You're going to divide by maximum price. Or the maximum price and also the minimum price. If you go back to the information given, you see that we have got the price given here is 1,459 rands being the minimum, and then maximum being 2,220 rands. So basically, we are going to say 2,220 rands, and then we subtract 1,459 rands, then that will be our numerator. Then our denominator will be now our maximum price, which is going to be 2,220. So basically, that's how we are going to present it, whereby we are going to say it is equal to rands, then we subtract, and then obviously you divide by 2,220, and then the answer that you're supposed to, obviously here we're saying we are supposed to multiply. We try to simplify it to 59. The answer that you're supposed to get becomes 761 rands. Then obviously you divide it, multiply by 100 over 1. Then we obviously calculate it there, see that the answer that was about 8%. So this becomes your final answer. So this is what we have, our 2.2.1. Then obviously we need to move on to the next part of our question, which is now 2.2.2. Give one valid reason why the back camera is better quality than the front camera. So if you come here, the information given in the table, you'll see that you are told that 5MP camera with LED flash on the back, and then 2MP snapper on the front. So basically, what it means is the 5MP is better than the 2MP. So basically, that's how we can try to explain it there, whereby we are saying the quality that is there in the back is better than what we are having in the front. So we can say 5MP camera is better than the 2MP snapper on the front. So we are not saying this is going to be our 2.2, whereby we are the 2MP snapper on the front. So we can just maybe try to explain it by saying the camera at the back are done is better than the 2MP snapper on the front. The explanation that we can give according to question 2.2, then obviously we move on to the last part, whereby saying set one valid reason why a person may choose to buy the cell phone at the more expensive price. So why can we have a scenario whereby a person can choose to buy the cell phone at the more expensive price? So it might be because the person is not aware of the cheaper phone. So that's a basic reason that we can give. We are saying 2.2.3. Be aware, person might not be aware that there is something that is cheaper. So basically, that's what we have on 2.2.3. And this becomes the last part that we have 14 marks. So obviously, we now need to move to question 3. So question 3 reads, Lily decide to make old-time sugar cookies to give to the children in a class. There are 40 learners in a class. She uses the recipe alongside Use the recipe alongside a conversion table below to answer the questions that follow. So we're given the conversion table that we have here, and then we're given an old time sugar cookies in terms of the recipe that we have. So this is going to be your recipe, and that is 1.1. Write down the ratio of flour to sugar in simplified form. The ratio of flour to sugar in simplified, whereby we are going to say our flour to sugar on 3.1, we're going to say flour. Flour is to sugar. So basically, this is the ratio that we are going to have. So we now look for the quantities for sugar. So we are going to look for the same quantities that we have for sugar and flour. So basically, if you go there, you will see that we can just maybe try to see our representation. We've got flour and sugar. So we start with the flour. So you see that we are given cups of flour, whereby we have 3. And then for sugar also, we look for where we are given them as cups, whereby we are saying this one is for sugar, 1.5 cups of sugar, and then we put 3 cups of 3s2 1.5. So I will come here. This is 1.5, whereby we are going to if we divide by 1.5 both together by saying 1s2, so that we also it is 1. This is the simplest representation that we have, which is 2s2 2s1. So basically, this is our answer. Then going down to the next question that we have, which is 3.1.2. Determine the amount of salt used in the recipe in milliliters. Determine the amount of salt used in the recipe in milliliters. So we go to the information that we are given for the recipe. So given the information that we have there, we try to look for where we have the salt. We are seeing that we have got 1/2 teaspoon salt, and we try to see 5 milliliters here. So we are liters so that we come here. We are going to say 3.1.2. So basically, we are saying we have got 1/2. Here we are going to get it as 2.5 milliliters. So basically, that's what we have. So this is what we have in 3.1.2. Then we go to the next one, 3.1.3. Determine the total number of milliliters of sugar used in the recipe. So this is going to be our next calculation that we get. So we can as well try to refer so that we can see the total number of milliliters of sugar in the recipe, whereby we are saying for sugar, we can just try to see for the recipe. We see that where we put sugar, we put 1.5, which is here, 1.5 cups. And then we also have, then we have got where we put sugar also is here, where we put 2 milliliters. So we say 1.5, this half multiplied by 4 cup milliliters. So obviously it's over 1. And then we add 2 spoons. So we are saying 2, and then 1 tablespoon is 5 milliliters. So you see, we add 2. This is what we have. We can put some brackets, and then 1.5 times 250 milliliters milliliters. Then we add 2, 5 plus 25. You're going to get it as 400 milliliters. So basically, that's what we have. So this is what we have for this question. So we move on to the next question that we have. We have got question 3.1.4, which is saying Lily started making the cookies at 0950. It took a half an hour to prepare and mix the cookies before she placed them in the oven. Determine the time that she took the cookies out of the oven. So obviously after they were prepared. So obviously we've got the starting time being 0950, and then we've got half an hour representing the preparation time. So half an hour now is goes to 60 minutes. So if it's half an hour, you are going to get as 30 minutes. So this is the preparation time. Then after the baking time is 9 minutes as presented in our information that we are given here. You see that, yes, and then oven for 9 minutes. So we're given it as 9 minutes here. So obviously we are going to see our 30 minutes plus our 9 minutes to get the total time that is required to to get it out of the oven. So we are going to say our 30, and then we add our 9, and then obviously we are going to get your 39 minutes. So our 3.1.4 for the other section, we are going to say 30 minutes for baking. So basically, this is the total time. So we add it to the starting time that we are given is 09. Total time taken, time taken out of oven is what we want to calculate. Time, obviously, we are saying we are starting at 09. We can just refer back. It's 09:50. Then we add 39 minutes. We add 39 minutes from there. So if we add there, we see that the time that we are going to get is our final. If we add the minutes that are 89 minutes. So obviously from there, so we know that 1 hour is what 60 minutes. So it takes 60 minutes out of 89 to 9. It becomes 10 hours. So it becomes 10 hours, 9 minus 60 minutes that we've taken out. So it means we're left with 29 minutes. So basically our final time be 29. So this becomes the final time that we have. So it's 29 minutes past 10. So this is our final time. So this is what we have on that part, and then we try to move on to the next part that we have, which is going to be 3.1.5. If there are 40 learners in a class, how many batches of cookies will you have to make so that each learner has 3 cookies? So obviously 40 learners, each learner having 3 cookies, so you'll say 40 times 3. So number of cookies needed is 40 times 3. So we come here, and we are going to say this is going to be our 3.1.5. Whereby we are going to say our 420 cookies. And then number of batches, we try to see according to information given in the information that we are given in the question. We see that it makes 36. So each batch has got 36. So we need number of batches. So obviously the number of cookies that we have, we divide by 36. So we are saying number 120 divided by 36. And we divide there, we see that the answer that we are supposed to get there becomes, we are going to 0.33 batch. Fit into 3 pages, so this extras also need another page. So it's a fraction, but we can make it a whole so that we can accommodate the remaining ones. So it means the final answer becomes equal to 3 batches. The total becomes 3 plus 1, you get your part. And then you try to see in terms of the next person that we have, which is now 3.2. 3.2 reads, if Lily bought a concentrated juice to mix juice for a classmate, the instruction on the label reads dilute in the ratio of 1:5. 3.2.1, explain what is meant by this dilution. So this is a very simple. As we are saying, every 1 part of juice, it needs 5 parts of water. So basically, that's what it means. So that's how we're going to explain it on our answer section 3.2.1, whereby we are saying for every comma 5 parts. So basically, this is the explanation that we have on that part. Then we go to the next part of our question, which is going to be 3.2.2. The diluted drink is served in glasses with a capacity of 200 milliliters. Determine how many full glasses of diluted juice can be poured from using 1 liter of concentrated juice. So it means 1 liter of concentrated juice, remember, it needs 5 liters of water. So 3.2.2, we are saying, total liters needed is what we want to calculate first. Total liters are needed. We are saying 1 liter. We are saying 1 liter of concentrated juice is indicated in the question. 1 liter of concentrated juice, but we know that it needs plus 5 liters of water, and then it becomes 6 liters. So this is what we have. And we know that 1 liter, 1 liter is equals to 1,000. 1,000 by 6 to get the total milliliters needed. To convert our liters to milliliters, 1,000, and then you are going to get your 6,000 milliliters. We've converted our liters to milliliters. The same number Each glass is 200 milliliters. To say, on our calculation, we are going to say 6,000 milliliters, and I will see what we get there. So you are going to get your answer is 30 glasses. So we're going to get your 30. The last question that we have on our question 3, which is this one. So 19 marks we have. So we go to the next question that we have. So our question 4 reads, Bongan travels by bus to school. He kept a record of the number of learners who traveled on the same bus as he did in the same week. The graph below shows the information he recorded. So we've got the number of learners traveling on the same bus. We are given a graph that we are given there, whereby vertical axis we've got the number of learners, and then horizontal axis we've got day of the week. So this is the graph that we have. Then beneath the graph, first question, 4.1.1, write down the lowest number of learners that traveled on the bus on a particular day. The lowest number of learners we see that is represented here, where we have our, so obviously it's going to be on Saturday. So what is important for you to identify is to identify what we have between 5 and 10. We are seeing that this is the point that we are looking for, which is the lowest. So how many horizontal lines do we have there? 2, 3, 4, 5. We have got 5, and this 5, 10 minus 5. Also, if you move from 5, you're saying there's 6 or 5, which is in this line here. And the lowest that we have is here, which is going to be our 6. So we are saying 6 on 4 points on 1.1, whereby we are saying 6 is our answer. Then we go to the next question. So maybe we can try to remember this is representing 6 learners, so we can just present that these are 6 learners. And then we move on to the next. 19 learners travel on the bus. 19 learners. So obviously 19 learners just below 20. We've got 20 here, so below 20, that's why we've got 19. So you see that we've got 19 here, which is, if you go down, you see that we are finding it on Tuesday. So it's Tuesday, which is on 4.1 points, 4.1.2. So we're saying 4.1.2, and we are saying Tuesday. 4.3, give one valid reason why learners attend school from Monday to Friday. So on Saturday, what can be the reason? So you see that there are many reasons that we can include there. We can talk about extra lessons. Obviously, when lessons are done on Saturday, they become extra lessons. So we can say extra lessons. So on our section, we are saying extra lessons. So we've got other lessons that we can include. It might be because there is a parents meeting. We can also try to put maybe it's a sport that is taking place there in the school. Those are some of the reasons that we can also put which are correct. Then we go to the next question. Give one valid reason why the same numbers of children do not travel on the bus every day. Why the same numbers of children do not travel. So basically we are saying why are we having different figures of children not traveling in the bus every day? Obviously, there are also reasons that we can try to raise. Remember, when the bus arrives, it doesn't mean we're going to have the same number of children there at the bus stop every day. So it varies according to the punctuality of the students on a particular day. So that is the main reason that we can try to raise. So we are saying the students are missing the bus on different times every day. So basically, we try to include that one. So we are now on 4.1.4. So we're saying so this can be a reason that we can. And the issue of absenteeism again can also be a reason that some of the students are absent on some of the days. So obviously, you cannot have the same number. So that's why we have got variance in terms of the numbers that we are having. So we try to move on to the next question at 0735, determine the time that organic got on the bus. So obviously, we are now saying 0735. 0735 is the arrival before. So we are going to say 0735 minus 2 minutes. So basically, we are saying we can just maybe try to say this is now 4.1.5. So we're saying 07:35, and then we have 42 minutes before. So this is what we have. So with that, now we can now be able to see at what time. So as soon as it is, what we are going to do is, if you say 35 minus 42, you cannot get the number of minutes because 35 is smaller than 42. So we take 1 hour from our 7 hours, and then our 7 hours is 0.8 to 10 minutes, 35 minutes, 95 here. So if you say 95 minus 42, you are going to get your answer is 53. So basically you're saying 6 remains 06. So 06:53 is the time that you are looking for. So basically you're saying it is equal to of getting in the getting in the bus, that is 42 minutes before. So this is what we have for this question. We go to the next part of our question, which is going to be 4.2. The bus that Morgan travels on can accommodate a maximum of 65 passengers. Table below shows the relationship between the number of passengers on the bus and total fare amount of money paid to the driver of the bus. Then we are given table 3, number of passengers and total amount. Then calculate the value of A. A is the total fare for 25 passengers. So we need to know what is the fare per passenger. So we can always know it by trying to find out about the figures that we are given of any column that we are having there. So if you look in this column, we are saying in this column that we are having here, we are saying paying a total of 10, sorry, and then we're going to get 6.80 cents. So basically that's what we have. Confirm again by saying 136 to 6 saying 25 times 680. So A, we are going to say, so this is going to be your 4.2.1, then A, whereby we are saying 25 times 680. And if you calculate correctly, you're supposed to get your 170 rands. Then obviously we have also B. B needs us to rand it. So basically we're saying for B, we are saying 238 divided by 680. I'm going to get 35 of our question paper. And thank you for listening. And hopefully the video was helpful. And please, let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel. And let's not forget to share the link to our colleagues who are doing mathematical literacy. Let's meet again in the next video. As for this video, I'm signing out.